Coming your way on 100-mile meals, we'll show you why airport food providers have learned that fresh and local is the ticket. Garlic. The bitter bulb has become the toast of one town, Gilroy. We'll see why when garlic fans visit to feast, they fund dozens of nonprofits. The school cafeteria need not be feared. We'll see how students are getting schooled on fresh and healthy diets grown on campus. All that and more now on 100-Mile Meals. Hello everybody, I'm Romney Dunbar and thanks for joining us for 100-Mile Meals, our program where we celebrate all aspects of food and drink. Today we're going back to school and learning how one university is teaching dozens of others around the country the art of farm to table to campus.
Food started being more important when I started coming here to Santa Cruz. Before, I would always rely on my mom to cook, and most of the time it was either her cooking or fast food.
It's just fresher tasting, and it's good for you.
It has a lot of local, organic, sustainable food, and for me, I've never had that in my life.
My friends at other colleges always have horror stories on how they had indigestion for the first month or so, whereas I'm just I actually like eating at the dining hall better than eating on my own.
Forget the days of food fights, mystery meats, and cafeteria tray mashed potatoes. The University of California at Santa Cruz is educating students and, most important, other colleges in how to grow your own, eat healthier, and cut or eliminate waste.
We've been a few times named the most sustainable dining program in the nation, and we're always in the top 30 or so in the nation for sustainable programs. The campus itself is always one of the most sustainable campuses in part to our dining program that we do. It has to do with our recycling, our composting, and our food procurement.
In 1967, Alan Chadwick made UCSC the first to produce pesticide-free produce. A half-century later, this campus is on its way to a commitment to source 40% of healthy food from local providers. And the on-campus farm recently added 8 more acres to grow their own food for the school's dining halls, cafes, and restaurants.
So they planted about 8,000 pounds of potatoes, bell peppers, chard, all kinds of different items that we're going to be getting from them throughout the year. We have a lot of students that come back from holiday break in December and say, you know what, I miss the variety I was able to get at the dining hall. I miss having salads every day. I miss having that fresh produce, that organic produce every day. So it's kind of cool to hear that from students.
Food supplier Performance Food Service Ledyard is locally based and is working as a good partner to support this locally sourced, healthy product philosophy wherever applicable.
This idea of local is about building more transparent relationships, about understanding those relationships. So Ledyard, that has evolved to be a partner, I think recognizes this dimension here at UCSC as well as other clients and accounts across the UC and other institutions. I think it's commendable. I think there's great work to be done, an incredible amount still to dial that in. And with openness, there's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of success.
This real food effort is good for local growers and ranchers who can benefit from the school's $10 million plus annual grocery bill and become part of a food web other regional universities are using to buy in bulk. Continental Mills Krusteaz Mix, McCormick Spices, Roland Rice and Sauces, and custom culinary soup starters, to name a few of the thousands of products supplied here. Thousands of items tracked to the source, and they must get a passing grade to be included on the school's discerning menu.
Performance is working with us on bringing in local olive oil, local chicken, sustainable seafood, so we're trying to get the whole spread of that variety to bring into our students.
Educating and feeding a campus city here and a growing network of colleges around Northern California. UC Dining is an example of how the Eat Local, Grow Your Own movement is reaching a broader audience and growing future appetites for local products by degrees.
I've gotten a taste of what good food is, and how to make it healthy, and it's really enjoyable to eat like that.
We have these students that have come from hundreds or sometimes thousands of miles away. They're away from home, and we are their home in essence. We are their kitchen. We are their comfort. We are their social hub. We are a lot of things. To be able to have a farm on campus and then grow food that's then used in the dining halls for them so that they can have that as fuel while they're studying and learning and going on to their careers outside of college. we're able to kind of tie that together for them.
I think a lot of students, before they come here, they don't have like local or organic food. So it changes a lot of like their eating habits, and it kind of broadens their horizon on what to put in your body, and to like know that, you know, maybe fast food isn't always good all the time. There's like fresh, healthy options that are really tasty.
Performance in a 100-mile market. Performance Food Service Ledyard, a local distributor of food, equipment, and supplies since 1929. Family run for decades, and now part of Performance Food Group, one of the largest food service distributors in the nation. That new relationship gives Performance Food Service Ledyard the benefit of purchasing power and the level of quality control that vendors and their customers appreciate. Performance Food Service Ledyard views itself as a partner with hundreds of food service operations, and while earning trust, has earned awards. Performance Food Service Ledyard has been recognized both locally and nationally with outstanding sales and service awards. But it's not the awards that count. It's the reward of working with the customer to profitably grow their business. Performance Food Service Ledyard, serving the 100-mile marketplace. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Since 1907, the boardwalk has drawn visitors, now as many as 3 million every year, looking for amusement, thrilling rides, a day at the beach, games, and of course, more than 30 different food attractions.
We have 2 major food festivals at the boardwalk, one in February, one in October. February is the Clam Chowder Cook-Off. We have teams from all over the state of California cooking clam chowder for our guests. They love it. It tastes great. The variety is amazing. And then in October, we have the chili cook-off. We do it all over again. Instead of the chowder, we do chili. Same kind of deal. People really love it. They love to try the different varieties that the chefs make, and it's just a great time for our guests and for the people that work here. The boardwalk is like one big buffet. You can do it however you want, as much as you want, whenever you want. That's what people love about it, the variety and the opportunity to try different things than they would normally do at home.
The food here is usually big, tasty, and fun. How about potato chips for the main course? Or this huge smoked turkey leg? And for more than 60 years, Whiting's Foods has delivered favorites like the popular Dippin' Dots and garlic fries while employing tens of thousands of young people.
Our family, Whiting's Foods, has operated here for 63 years, a long time. And we operate over 20 locations, and we really kind of specialize in all the indulgence, the fun foods, the things that people are searching out. The funnel cakes, the cotton candy, the kettle corn. Today, right now, we're standing at fish and fries. So you bet, we're selling great fish and fries. What else? And garlic fries are a specialty here. And we sell a lot of garlic fries. They've actually become an attraction at the boardwalk. Most of the food, Rami, that's sold on the boardwalk is mobile. People want to stay moving with it. There's plenty of seats around, but everybody wants to kind of stay on the move and stay with their family and get off to the next attraction or whatever it is they're going to do next, which could include just hanging out on the beach.
And just across the walk, chicken is on the menu. Here at the boardwalk, California Wraps, hundreds of pounds of quality Tyson chicken makes for a variety of menu items. A big seller, spicy chicken from the walk, and the easy-to-eat chicken skewers.
The company has a few different stands, but this stand specifically is our Asian inspired. We have chow mein and rice. We have some orange chicken, skewers, teriyaki chicken, all that good stuff. Yeah. This other half of the stand is considered our California wraps. We serve wraps and bowls here. They're all listed right up here, and they're great. This is our freshest items. They have a lot of veggies and all that good stuff, but the base of the majority, if not all of them, are chicken. So these are our teriyaki skewers, and we bake them and we glaze them with a little bit of teriyaki sauce when we have them in the oven. And once we plate them, we drizzle a little sauce on there, some sesame seeds and some green onions, and they just go out to the guests looking pretty and delicious. Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget the seafood when you're this close to the ocean. The Fisherman's Galley dishes up classic fish and chips, and this pile of King and Prince seafoods crunchy prawns. Marini's Candies has sweetened trips to the boardwalk and stretched delicious saltwater taffy for a century.
Marini's is great. They're really unique. Saltwater taffy is a time-honored tradition at seaside amusement parks and at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Guests have to get that little yellow bag of candy before they head home. One of the things that makes Marini's unique and special is they use a lot of local vendors for some of their produce. So at certain times of the year, they'll use local strawberries out of Watsonville and apples from Watsonville as well.
The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, where fun, sun, and food are the ingredients great vacations are made of. The greater San Francisco Bay Area and Silicon Valley is home to about 7.5 million people and is home to 3 international airports: Oakland, San Jose, and San Francisco. Every year, a total of about 60 million travelers land or leave. That's a lot of scanning, loading, unloading, and of course, eating. We all spend more time than ever at airports. Tighter security, longer lines. That means we likely spend more meal times in airports than ever, or have a greater need to take something along for the flight. Performance Food Service Ledyard serves all 3 major Bay Area airports. Big accounts. And that's a great opportunity for Farmland to provide its high-quality pork products to airport restaurants.
I travel a lot for work, and I go to many different airports across the country, and it's great to pop into San Francisco and fly out of there with all their variety of restaurants. They're a model for what's going on, what the growing trend is in airport dining, and that's offering a solution for everybody. You've got meals from across the world that you can find under one roof.
And just as it's nice to see familiar sights out the windows while landing or taking off, the airports have made a strong effort to bring real restaurants operating on local streets to the terminals of the airports and bringing the same prices as in the outside world. Willow Creek, On Delay, and Urban Tortilla are 3 great examples, all working with Performance Food Service Ledyard to serve delicious farmland products on their menus that are familiar with locals and in an environment where millions of new customers can be served and ideally turned into repeat customers.
The airport, I think rightfully so, had an awful lot of complaints with the old way of doing airport concessions, where everything was kind of cookie cutter concepts, cafeteria style restaurants, and there was a need to improve on the quality of both the service and the food, and they decided to go local, which has improved the quality of food here and the service tremendously. The airport has been rated the #1 airport in the country in terms of the quality of food and the service and pricing. So we're part of that and we're very excited.
I eat here because they actually cook and serve fresh eggs, because some of the other places they just have powdered eggs. And that's why there's only scrambled eggs on their menu, and this place you can get fried, over easy, sunny side, or scrambled.
We were picked by the airport to serve food inside the international airport in San Francisco. So that was really nice, and it was quite a compliment. The advantage of the airport, as we said, they're captive audience, but not necessarily just that. We do have clientele like flying attendants. They fly every day, so we have to draw that clientele by serving fresh, good food and giving a good service.
We're trying to be as casual as possible, just so people can be more comfortable with our place. Every day we get deliveries, fresh fruits, vegetables, meat from farmland. I'm in love with our carnitas burrito, and top it up with guacamole. Done.
Food choices at the airport? Well, they used to be enough to give anybody a fear of flying. But knowing that, the airport authorities followed the growing trend and went local to promote fresher and tastier fare.
You go there and you're going to be able to taste different meals that you'd be able to get outside of the airport, all under the one roof. When you're looking to get the San Francisco experience, you really don't have to leave the airport anymore. If you're there and you're going to be going and visiting, you get to go see all those things. But if you're just on a 3-hour layover or a 2-hour layover, you're able to go bounce around and see the different types of restaurants that are being highlighted in the community itself.
Known affectionately as the Stinking Rose, garlic has a special hold on food lovers around the world. And for 3 days, Gilroy, California is the home of perhaps the most famous celebration of the pungent bull.
Back in the beginning, 1977, 1978, we started looking into the Garlic Festival. Dr. Rudy Malone, president of our junior college here, Catalan College, came up with the idea, and he tried to get people to start it, and it was really difficult. And we finally had a small garlic festival at the Christopher Ranch, and that's where we had everybody from Los Angeles News and San Francisco come in, and they saw what we had, and they said, you have to do it. So we said yes that day.
We're on our 37th year, and we have close to 100,000 attendees in the 3-day event.
You can do activities, there's a kids section, there's food, and it's just like a great festival to have, and it's really fun.
There's garlic in the air, good food, and that's what you really come for, is the experience and the good food.
We're so happy with the Garlic Festival. When it got started, all I was interested in was pushing the Garlic Festival, and then I realized how important it was and how people liked it. So all the trucks that we have now have Gilroy Christopher Ranch on them, Garlic Festival, and it's a good thing.
You don't not see a smile. Hugs abound, smiles abound, and graciousness is just everywhere you see. So it's fantastic.
With nearly 150,000 people visiting during the 3 days, the quantity of food produced in the fiery Gourmet Alley reaches into the thousands of pounds every day.
It's got to be over 2 tons of garlic, and we've got mounds of tri-tip, and we're barbecuing it, and we're preparing it, and we're slicing, and we're cutting, and there's garlic, and there's peppers, and there's onions, and there's sauces being made. I mean, it is just a backstage, huge kitchen is Gourmet Alley.
Garlic has gone from 1/3 pound per person per year. Now it's up to about 3.5. People are into garlic, and they love it. And I got to give ourselves a little pat on the back because we have it every day, all the time.
So you need to know how to do one thing in your life. You need to know how to cook. So that's why I'm starting at a young age, so when I'm older I can make gourmet dishes and make really good dishes for my family.
The people from surrounding communities, some 4,000 of them, pitch in to help raise the tents and make this event a success. It's not just a food festival, but a $1 million fundraiser.
When you come here, within 1 day, you're part of this amazing family here. And everybody here is so ingratiating, so welcoming. And I always love the fact that this is all philanthropic. You know, these people are here to give their time to the community because this is giving back to their community. And the way that they manage it to make sure each one of the people that donates time, that their cause is represented and funded, it, to me, is amazing.
For the community, it's about coming together for a common goal of raising money for all their nonprofits and all the athletics in the community.
Now, all the money that we make goes to the charities in Gilroy, and we're now working with about 117 charities, and they go out and get the workers and do all the different jobs we have here at the Garlic Festival, and that makes 4,000 workers that we have in 3 days. In the time we got started until now, they've cleared $10 million that went into Gilroy and all the people that were here to work.
The festival is not only supporting local nonprofits, but local farms in their community.
So every year we bring 220 gallons of oil down. They use it in all of their food preparation, from their bread to the sandwiches to the meat that they're cooking and the fish that they're cooking. It's all used, and it's really special.
Whether it's the beet grower that has 2 acres or the chicken farmer that has 1,000 hens, whatever that is, you're supporting that. And that's bar none one of the most important things we do for our community.
It's working very well, and a lot of people come in and eat our food, and very pleased. We try to buy really some of the best, and our pickle steak sandwiches are well known everywhere, and we have mushrooms and the whole works. Can't tell you how many things we have going on.
With more than $10 million raised for local nonprofits and millions of well-fed customers, the Garlic Festival has become a perfect recipe for other communities to emulate.
If you love food, you love people, you love a great time, you'll love the Garlic Festival.
You know, the term Back to the Future is often overused, but not when we're talking about victory gardens. Let's take a look at how that wartime program remains with us today. March 1917, during World War I, Charles Lathrop Pack is credited with launching the War Garden campaign. Food production had fallen dramatically, so the United States National War Garden Commission was launched. Successful? Yes. 5 million gardens in America produced more than $1 billion the next year and a half. $1.5 billion worth of food, 1917 dollars. Historian and author Jeffrey Dunn is a student of the movement. His Italian heritage endowed him with memories of his own family and community growing their own.
Victory gardens in the United States first came into being during World War I, and there were victory gardens being promoted not only in the United States but throughout Europe with our Allied forces there. The idea, of course, being to save on resources, eliminate the need for outside food sources, and also to get people active and engaged in the concept of a war effort. Every effort used to grow food locally or in the household eliminated the need for the country, for the greater American economy, to produce those resources, to produce food. So every little bit helped. One of the things I found here on the West Coast was, because of California's climate and conducive to agricultural production, great soils, etc., it was really strongly encouraged. And what was interesting is they did it through the schools. So the schools were encouraging young students and their families, many of whom's fathers were off to war, to get involved in the effort here at home to produce food. Dig on to victory was one of the slogans.
World War II brought 18 million victory gardens to bloom, producing 9 to 10 million tons, equaling the commercial output of the United States. War or victory garden campaigns instilled us with a great idea and great poster art from the campaign.
Well, one of the cool things that art did is link human beings to the land, and human beings to the food they're producing, and human beings to the labor of producing food. I mean, these links were being made, and you know, some of those slogans were dig for victory, dig on for victory, dig for plenty, save it was one of the big campaigns. People did not want to waste things. One of the ones that was interesting is food is ammunition, don't waste it. Our generals, the people in charge of the war effort, knew that one of the ways that the United States could be successful in World War II was to not become separated from their food production, because what happens when that takes place? People become vulnerable. One of the things they talked about was cutting food costs, right? Again, saving resources for the war effort. This was all about contributing to the war effort. Well, now what's important is for us to contribute to our local economies, to contribute to our family economies, to bring as many resources as we can to bear on our lives in a healthy, environmentally sound way. And that's what the great link is between the Victory Gardens and the community gardens of today.
The effort is alive in today's grow your own, buy local, buy fresh efforts. It's estimated 43 million backyard and community gardens exist in America today, and many of the modern signs and posters pay homage to the retro look and feel of the Victory Garden campaign.
I like it a lot because I'm learning how to cook and I feel like I'm helping with something that I actually care about. My dad has cancer, so I feel like I'm helping give back to a cause that matters to me, and that's cool because I'm getting community service hours, but I'm not thinking of it like that. Usually I don't like salads, but I always eat salad when I'm here, and like it does help you eat healthier and like think more about what you're eating for sure.
It's super rewarding. I mean, we're like cooking food for people who are really sick. I mean, they have cancer. Also, I've gotten better at cooking. I've met lots of new people from other schools. It's a lot of fun. There's like a lot of collaboration, so it's not just like you working on one meal. I mean, there's probably like 3 people working on each dish, so I've like learned to work with a lot of other people, trying to like finish something. That's been very valuable too.
I've like told other kids that need service hours too, and like you end up getting like a lot of service hours from here, and it doesn't really feel like service like hours at the end. It just kind of feels like a fun place to hang out and just to be doing something.
Performance in a 100-mile market. Performance Food Service Ledyard, a local distributor of food, equipment, and supplies since 1929. Family run for decades, and now part of Performance Food Group, one of the largest food service distributors in the nation. That new relationship gives Performance Food Service Ledyard the benefit of purchasing power and the level of quality control that vendors and their customers appreciate. Performance Food Service Ledyard views itself as a partner with hundreds of food service operations, and while earning trust, has earned awards. Performance Food Service Ledyard has been recognized both locally and nationally with outstanding sales and service awards. But it's not the awards that count. It's the reward of working with the customer to profitably grow their business. Performance Food Service Ledyard, serving the 100-mile marketplace.
Thanks for joining us for 100 Mile Meals. We hope you enjoyed the program. If you would like to learn more or collaborate with us here on 100 Mile Meals, go to our website. It is 100milemeals.com. I'm Romney Dunbar. Thanks for watching. Brought to you by Performance Food Service Ledyard, the leading food distributor for our 100-mile market.